What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been grinding the new Galactic event update in Survive Zombie Arena, you already know the meta has been completely turned upside down. But today, we are looking at something absolutely ridiculous. We are testing the brand new, highly anticipated Celestial class, paired up with what many consider the single strongest mythic gun in the entire game, the Worldender. Is this combination actually broken, or is it just overhyped? Let's break down the stats, the synergy, and see if this build can effortlessly carry you past wave 1000. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into it. First, let's talk about the star of part 2 of this update, the Celestial class. For a long time, Necromancer and Tactician have dominated the STER, but Celestial brings something entirely new to the table: ultimate crowd control, mixed with massive stat amplification. Unlike defensive classes that rely on building walls, Celestial is all about cosmic manipulation. Your passive ability gives you an automatic damage multiplier that scales the more enemies are nearby. Then you've got your active abilities, a cosmic gravity well that sucks zombies into a tight cluster, and a passive beam that melts armor. It turns any map, even the tight corridors of Atlantis, into a literal shooting gallery. Now, you can't run an absolute god-tier class without a weapon that matches its energy. Enter the Worldender. This multi-million point mythic beast is notorious for its sheer clearing speed. It boasts a ridiculous fire rate, massive base damage, and a passive ability that triggers chain lightning explosions on critical hits. Usually, the only downside to the Worldender is its slight recoil and how quickly it burns through targets, forcing you to constantly reposition. But when you couple its raw firepower with the proper kit, those minor weaknesses completely disappear. So, how do they actually feel together? Honestly, the compatibility here is a joke. It's like these two were specifically coded to be used together. Watch this clip right here. When you pop the Celestial's crowd control skill, it gathers the entire zombie wave into a single, compact pinpoint. Normally, the Worldender is great for single targets and small lanes. But when you shoot the Worldender directly into a Celestial gravity cluster, the weapon's chain lightning passive triggers simultaneously on every single enemy. The damage numbers stack so fast, it literally drops the frame rate for a split second. Plus, the class's armor-shredding beam completely cancels out the high defense of late-game boss zombies. You're essentially dealing true, unmitigated damage to the entire wave all at once. As you can see from the high wave gameplay in the background, this isn't just a fun gimmick build. This is arguably the new definitive DPS setup for clearing Nightmare and Hardcore modes without breaking a sweat. If you have the credits and the event shards to pull this off, stop what you're doing and unlock this immediately. But what do you guys think? Is the Celestial class worth the massive grind, or are you sticking with the Necromancer army? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, as incredible as the Worldender is for free-to-play grinders, the developers snuck in a premium option sitting right next to the shuttles that takes this Celestial build to an absolute pay-to-win level. I am talking about the Galactic Weaver and P-Plasma Gun Game Pass weapon, which sets you back 108, a Robux, and 360 for Plasma. Unlike standard weapons, the Galactic Weaver is fully upgradable, meaning its power scales heavily as you feed it resources. When you combine a max-upgraded Weaver with the Celestial class, the compatibility is downright illegal. Think about the loop. You drop your Celestial gravity well to tightly cluster the horde, while your passive aura actively shreds their armor. If you pull out the Galactic Weaver alongside your Worldender, the Weaver's upgraded energy beams completely tether and lock the enemies down in place. This sets up the perfect firing lane for your Worldender's chain lightning passive to trigger on every single trapped zombie simultaneously. If you have the Robux to drop on the Weaver, it eliminates any remaining difficulty in Nightmare mode, turning the arena into a literal walk in the park.